Zhu is my name. Zhu, Zhu. We have the 4 tones, right? This is the second tone. Zhu in Chinese means bamboo. Bamboo. So bamboo young. Okay. That is the panda's most favorite. So now we're going to the Great Wall. Of course, I don't know how many things in Beijing you already know. Maybe I heard about yesterday you went to the White Pagoda, right? Yeah. That is in the downtown city, inside of the second ring road. Have you heard about? We have couple in Beijing, like ring, circle by circle, bigger and bigger. Okay, so totally in Beijing, we have 5 ring roads.
5 ring roads.
But 5 ring road is not from the 1st to the 5th. Okay, that is from the 2nd to the 6th. We don't have the 1st ring road.
Right.
The 1st, the name is the 2nd. Later I will, if we have more time after I talk about the Great Wall, I will more things about Beijing. Okay. Yesterday you went to the White Pagoda, and that is inside of the second ring road. It's really center of Beijing, and that place is also close to the Forbidden City. And like the Forbidden City, Tiananmen Square, Temple of Heaven is all inside of the second ring road. And but today we're going to the Great Wall. The Great Wall is in the north of Beijing City, in the north. So outside of the 6th ring road, in the mountains area, countryside. Okay, so now I have a question. So maybe you already some stories about the Great Wall, or to watch on the TV, or to read some books. Now my question is, when China was built the Great Wall? Yeah, many years ago. Of course, many years ago. How many years ago? That is a smart answer. How many years ago? You can guess it.
200 years ago.
200 years ago. Oh, 2000. 12,000. Oh, 1,200. Okay. Oh, 3,000 years ago. Okay. So, is anybody went to the Great Wall before?
No.
No, it's all the first time.
First time. First time.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone is maybe the second time. Okay. So, but I think everybody all saw the picture before, right?
Yeah.
The Great Wall is a part of the wall, and then, right, a watching tower, and then the wall again and watching tower again, right? And what's the material of the Great Wall? Stone, right? It's the brick, it's the stone, the rocks. But today I will let you know, for the Great Wall's history, actually, we have 2,200 years history. But you saw all the pictures where you went any other part of the Great Wall. Even today, we're going to this part of the Great Wall. Today, we're going to the Juyongguan section. Juyongguan is the name, okay? So this is now 2,200 years history. This is around 600 years history. So why? Because, you know, I recommend everybody of you all use the seat belt, okay? So for the safety, just use the seat belt. Okay, now let's talk about the Great Wall, okay? So, how long for the Beijing's Great Wall, the year? How many years? I just say Beijing's Great Wall today. We're going this part.
600 years ago.
600 years ago. Yeah. But for the whole Great Wall's history, how long? 2,200 years. Okay. Why? You know, because before the 221 BC, BC, that is 2,200 years ago, okay? Before 221 BC, and in China, in the north of China, here we have 7 kingdoms. We call kingdom because the leader, the ruler of the country, we call them king. King in Chinese is W-A-N-G. Maybe you know some, their family name is Wang, right? So Wang in Chinese, this character, that means the king. Okay, so we all call them Wang. The 7 small kingdom, that is in the Hubei province, Hebei province, and some part in the Henan province, and also and in the Shanxi province, north of China. 7 small kingdoms in the north of China. Okay, so the 7 small kingdoms, the name is the Qi, Q-I, Chu, C-H-U, Yan, Y-A-N, Beijing. Here, the old name is Yanjing. Now Beijing. Even today, you want to drink the local beer here. The local beer, we call it Yanjing beer. Now Qingdao. Qingdao is the most famous in the world for the Chinese beer, but Beijing's local beer is Yanjing because Yanjing is the old name. Okay, so Han, H-A-N, Zhao, Z-H-A-O, Wei, W-E-I, and Qin, Q-I-N. Okay, so this is the 7 small kingdoms before the 221 BC. And Qin, Q-I-N, was the most powerful country. And in the Qin country, they have a king. And the king of Qin, he is very powerful. His name, his own name, is Yin Zheng. And after war, after the war, they invaded to each other, they get a war, and then they just united all the small countries together to form a big country. And this guy, he thinks he is much more powerful. He is the most powerful guy, most powerful king in the 7 kingdoms. So he thinks he deserves a new name. He created a new name. It's not Wang anymore. Remember, what's the meaning of Wang? King. Yeah. So he made a new name. Now the king, that is the emperor. Is the emperor. So emperor in Chinese is Huangdi. Huangdi. So the first emperor of China, he is from the 221 BC. Okay, that is the year when the Qin dynasty started. Is anybody heard about this guy before? No idea? No. Have you heard about in China? We have the other incredible place we call terracotta warriors. The warriors made by the pottery. Someone is like kneel down, someone is riding on a horse, and someone is do the arrow shoot. Have you heard about the terracotta warriors? No. Someone heard it before. Okay, for the warriors, and that is buried with the king of the Qin, the emperor of the Qin. So he also have an official name. The official name of this guy is the Qin Shi Huang. Qin is his period of time, the name, Qin dynasty. Shi means beginning. Huang is the emperor. He is the beginning emperor. He was the first emperor in the whole history. And because before Qin dynasty, in China we have the small kingdoms, right? So every kingdom, they all have the wall to protect themselves. But the wall is on the short part, not the long wall. So the Great Wall of China, in English we call it the Great Wall. But in Chinese, we call it Long Wall, Chang Cheng. Chang is long, Cheng is the wall. That is a long wall. But before Qin dynasty, before the 221 BC, we only have the short wall, not the long wall. After Qin Shi Huang make all the 7 small kingdoms unite together to form a big country, he decided to make a big construction site. That is to put all small parts of the wall connecting together. That was the Qin Great Wall in the Qin dynasty. Okay, But in Beijing, you cannot see any Qing Great Wall because the capital city is now here. The capital city, 2,200 years ago, the capital city was Chang'an City. Chang'an. Have you remember what's the meaning for Chang? We just talk about Changcheng, the Great Wall. Long. Yeah, long. It's like Chang is like long, like forever, and it's peaceful. That is the forever peaceful city. But now we call it Xi'an. Xi'an. Xi'an is located in the center of China. So we just talk about that is the Qing dynasty. Okay? So Qing dynasty. Maybe some of you can see this picture. Okay, this is a part of the Qing dynasty Great Wall. Not the material. It's not the bricks. It's not the rocks. This is just the earth, right? Because 2,200 years ago, the people they don't use the bricks to make the whole Great Wall construction site. So it's like that. Maybe some of you saw the picture before, and also like everybody will see the wall, and also we will see a path, a section. It's made by the bricks and the building mixed by the wood. Okay, but in the Qing dynasty, 2,200 years ago, the Great Wall, without the wall, the section, the path. Look at this picture in the front. Okay, is also made by the pottery, the earth. This is the Qing dynasty section. Qing dynasty was very short time because the king, the emperor Qin Shi Huang, he don't have a smart keys. The son of this guy, he is a little bit terrible. So Qing dynasty only lasted 2 emperors, totally 15 years, and then it's gone. After Qing dynasty, and in China, we have one of the most powerful period. That was the Han dynasty. You know, Han is very important. Such as, you know, people will speak Mandarin Chinese, right? Mandarin Chinese, we call it Han language, Hanyu, Han language. And we call our characters is the Hanzi, Han word, okay? And in China, we also have 56 different nationalities. 70% of people were Han people. And other 55, they're minority people. Such as we have the Mongolian people, we also have the Muslim people, and we have the Manchurian people, different kinds of people in China. 70% we call it Han people, because Han, during that time, Han was the 205 years before. BC, sorry. So that is also around 2,200 years ago. The 5th emperor of Han dynasty, his name is Wu Di. He is the person who created the Silk Road. You know, the Silk Road is from China, not from Beijing. It's from Xi'an. Xi'an in the center of China, okay? From Xi'an, and then goes to Middle Asia, and then go to Europe, and then go to Rome. That was the Silk Road. But Silk Road is not new. The first to build the Silk Road, the guy is the 5th emperor of Han dynasty, Wu Di. And during that time, a lot of businessmen, they do the business on the Silk Road. You know, in China, we don't have the watermelon. We don't have the like the tomatoes. We don't have the grapes. This stuff all was grown in the mid-Asia. We bring it in the Han dynasty from there to China, and also we bring the silk, the porcelain, going to the Europe. Why here we call Silk Road? Because during that time in Rome, if you want to buy some very expensive things, they don't tell you like how much money or how much gold you should be paid. They will tell you how many meters of silk you should be paid. So we call this Silk Road. So Han dynasty, because the emperor want to protect the Silk Road, the wall, they follow the Qing Great Wall, continue built from the center of China going to the northwest of China. Protect the Silk Road, protect those businessmen. And that was the Han Great Wall. Because Qin Dynasty, Han Dynasty, they all have the 2,200 years history. So during that time, the Great Wall have the same material. It's all made by the earth, made by the pottery. Okay? And after that, for a long time, for 1,000 of years, in China, we not build the Great Wall anymore. Because some dynasty, such as the Tang Dynasty or Song Dynasty, especially like Tang Dynasty, China is very powerful. Even a little part of North Korea, some part of Mongolia, and some part of Russia is all in China. Okay, it's a very powerful period, very powerful time. So they don't need to build a Great Wall. But why 600 years before we start to rebuild the Great Wall? It's not renovate, it's rebuilt. Because 600 years ago, the Great Wall looks quite different than before. We use the bricks, we use the rocks to build the Great Wall, right? This is, as you saw on the picture, we're on TV, we're on the website. All the Great Wall you saw is all the Ming Dynasty Great Wall. We call it the Ming Great Wall. This is because Beijing, for the last capital, last three dynasties, capital of China. We called it Yuan, Ming, last three dynasty. Actually, Beijing was the capital of China for the last fifth dynasty. But usually the first two we call Liao and Jin. That is the same time as the Song dynasty. Here is not Han people, it's minority people. It's like the other country. So usually we just talk about the last three dynasties. We call Yuan, Ming, Qing. Yuan is like the Chinese money, the note, Yuan, Y-U-A-N. Same character, same pronunciation. Yuan dynasty, the emperor, they are Mongolian. The first emperor of Yuan, he was the grandson of Genghis Khan. Okay, so he just established the Yuan dynasty. But Yuan dynasty is also very short time, only lasted 97 years. Yuan dynasty, the Mongolian people treat the Chinese people not that good. If you have money, if you are officials, you from officials family, you can have your name during that time. But if you just from a normal family, normal citizens, you cannot have your own name. They will use number to name you. Okay, but as you know, in the Mongolia, only like the animals, like the cow, like the lamb, they use numbers to name it, right? So they treat the normal people not that good. So a lot of people want to make the revolution to change, instead of the Yuan, instead of Mongolia, to be a new leader, new emperor. And then there is a guy, and his name is Zhu Yuanzhang. Zhu is the family name. He's successful. He win the war and successful to make the revolution. And then he become the first emperor of Ming Dynasty. But you know, during the Yuan Dynasty, the capital city was in Yanjing. Remember the old name here? Yanjing. Okay? So he cannot make the new capital here because still have a lot of Mongolian people here. He just make the other capital. We call it Nanjing. Have you heard Nanjing, this name? It's close to Shanghai. In the Nanjing is the capital city of the Jiangsu province. Okay, so what's the meaning of Nanjing? You know, Chinese city's name always have some meaning. Nan, N-A-N, is south. When I say the direction, back of you is Nan, so that is the south. Okay, Jing, J-I-N-G, Jing means capital. So Nanjing, that is the south capital of China. So later we'll talk about Beijing. Okay. So he just make a capital city in Nanjing. After that, he passed the crown prince. He chose the crown prince is his eldest son, his first son. But this guy is a poor guy. He got an illness, so died very young. And then a country no crown prince anymore. So he need to choose a person who can be the second emperor. And then he have two kids. It's all very good. The first one is his grandson, eldest grandson. Is also the eldest son for his died crown prince. And the other one is his son, the number 4 son. These two boys all have the talent, all can be the good emperor, but he only can choose one person. In the end, he chose his grandson to be the next emperor. So in the Ming Dynasty, the second emperor of Ming is the grandson of the first one. You can understand this part, right? Okay. So after the little boy become to a new emperor, he have a lot of uncles. Those uncles all have the powerful. So he need to send the uncles to different provinces or different cities. Cannot let them stay in the capital. That is dangerous for him. And during that time, Yanjing here is not that good place because in the winter it's too cold and very less food can grow here. So during that time, here is not that rich. It's a poor place. He just sent the most powerful uncle, his 4th uncle, to here to be the king of Yan. So since from the 221 BC, we also have king, but the leader of country, we call them empress. King is the brothers of the emperor, not the leader anymore. Okay, so his uncle, 4th uncle, sent here to be the Yan king. Here is the capital. Here is not the capital. Okay, here is only the Yanjing before. But this guy, he very powerful. He have the armies. He thinks he have the ability to be an emperor. After 3 years, he make the other revolution, and then go back to the Nanjing, to the south capital of China. And he cannot to kill the emperor. If he killed the emperor, other people won't let him to be a new emperor because he is not a good guy. So he find a way. He used fire to burn down the palace, the whole palace in the south capital Nanjing. And he thinks he can use the fire and use the smoke to make the emperor comes out, and he can catch him, light him to write it down, such as I cannot be the emperor, I don't have that talent, I want to pass the emperor to my uncle, he want to find a boy and to do this. But unfortunately, the whole palace all burned down, but nobody find the emperor. Till today, this is also a secret in the history. Nobody knows where is the emperor, where is the second emperor of Ming Dynasty. A lot of people trust that he now died in the fire. He must be escaped because for a palace should have the underground tunnel, right? So he must be escaped, but nobody knows. So a country cannot have no emperor, must have an emperor. And this guy, he to be the 3rd emperor of Ming Dynasty. So the 3rd emperor of Ming, he was the son, the 4th son of the 1st emperor. Is the uncle for the 2nd emperor. Okay, a little bit complicated in the beginning. But you know, all the palace in South capital is all burned down by himself. He don't have place. So from that time, he want to move the capital from Nanjing to Yanjing. That's the year 1402. 1402. Okay, 1402. He moved the capital. So here, Yanjing become a new capital city. And also for a new capital, You know, Chinese people trust the feng shui a lot. Have you heard feng shui? You know, Tai Chi, yin yang. Yin yang is like a two fish, black and white. That is very popular. Black is the yin, and white is yang, yin yang. And in China, everything we all make the yin yang balance. So very important thing in the feng shui, that is the balance. Make everything. So we have the south capital, we must have a north capital, right? So since from that time, we changed the name from Yanjing to Beijing. What is the meaning for Beijing? Bei is north. Okay, so now we are drive to the north of Beijing. That is the Bei. In front of you is Bei. So how to say the back of you?